Imagine a battlefield unlike anything we've seen before. On one side stands the world's most powerful military alliance, United States and Israel. They possess cutting-edge fighter jets, multi-million-dollar missiles, and some of the most advanced air defense systems ever built. But here's the surprising part. Facing this overwhelming power is a weapon that costs less than an average car. And this small, relatively cheap weapon is quietly reshaping the entire equation of modern warfare. Many military analysts now believe that because of drones like this, Iran has developed a strategy where victory doesn't rely on raw power, but on intelligence, asymmetry, and economic pressure. Just think about it. If you have to use a $1 million missile to stop a drone worth only a few $1,000s, how long can that strategy really last? At the center of this shift is one of Iran's most talked about weapons, the Shahed 136. At first glance, it looks simple. No intimidating presence like a fighter jet, no dramatic launch like a ballistic missile. But the reality is, this small drone has quietly been changing how modern wars are fought. For decades, the assumption was simple. The more advanced and expensive your weapons are, the stronger you are on the battlefield. But the Shahed 136 is flipping that idea on its head. Let's break it down. A Tomahawk cruise missile costs several $1 million. Russia's KH-101 is in a similar price range. Even Iran's Fateh series ballistic missiles cost hundreds of thousands. And then comes a weapon that costs just a few $1,000s, the Shahed 136. This drone is often referred to as a kamikaze drone or suicide drone. In military terms, it's known as a loitering munition. Instead of striking immediately like a missile, it loiters in the air, circling, searching, waiting, like a predator in the sky. Many targets aren't always visible. They appear briefly and then disappear. That's why this drone can stay airborne for extended periods, waiting for the perfect moment. And when that moment comes, it dives suddenly toward its target, detonates on impact, and destroys both the target and itself. Another unusual feature of this drone is its sound. When it flies, it produces a buzzing noise, often compared to a scooter engine. That's why some people call it a flying scooter. This strange noise comes from a small two-stroke engine, similar to what you'd find in a basic motorbike. And that strange noise often creates psychological fear, because when you hear it, you know something is coming. Technically speaking, the drone is about 3.5 meters long, with a wingspan of roughly 3 meters. It weighs around 200 to 220 kilograms. In the front, it carries a 30 to 50 kilogram explosive warhead. In the rear, there's a propeller powered by an engine of about 50 horsepower. It can reach speeds of around 200 kilometers per hour. Inside, there's a compact onboard computer system that controls the entire flight. It uses GPS along with an inertial navigation system, so even if GPS signals are disrupted, it can still stay on course. In some cases, it can even detect radar emissions, which means air defense systems themselves can become targets. The drone is typically launched from a specialized truck platform using a rocket booster to get airborne. Its range can reach up to 2,000 kilometers. But its real power doesn't come from operating alone. It comes from swarm attacks. Dozens, sometimes hundreds of drones launched at once. They fly low, making them harder to detect on radar. And by the time they are detected, it might already be too late. Yes, they can be shot down, but here's the problem: cost. To destroy a cheap drone, you often need to fire an expensive interceptor missile. And that's exactly why many experts believe the Shahed 136 isn't just a drone. It represents a new reality of modern warfare.